Hello, I'm Eiden, and this is part 9 of my 9-part video series on how to do full PLL. If you want to watch the whole series, you can click the card up there. In this video, I'm going to teach you all 4 of the G-perms. Before we start though, have you ever been in this situation? Okay, I'm learning full PLL. Wow, this looks easy. Okay, getting a bit harder, but still quite easy. Wait, what? How on earth am I supposed to learn that? If you have, then let me teach you the G-perms in a different way to how other people teach them. I'll explain what I mean later. For those of you who want to learn only one of these algorithms, I've split this video into chapters, which should be on the video slider at the bottom of the screen. If you can't see them, then you can instead click on the timestamps in the video description. So let's get started. I'm first going to spend a while talking about my experience with the G-perms to give you a mental boost. If you just want to learn the algorithms, then you can skip to this time in the video. The G-perms were the last PLL algorithms that I learned. Before I learned them, I was averaging between 20 and 21 seconds, and I really wanted to average sub 20 consistently. So I tried a number of different approaches to learning these algorithms. My first attempt was watching a YouTube video. It was a video by BrodytheCuber, which I will link in the video description. This video taught me how to recognize the G-perms, which removes the confusion of the arrow diagrams, but the algorithms just didn't stick in my head. Next, I tried a more brute force approach. I wrote down all of the algorithms on a sheet of paper and kept it near my cube at all times. Then, whenever I got a G-perm, I would get out the sheet of paper and do the algorithm as it was written. Here is a scanned picture of the sheet that I used. I found it at the bottom of my bag before making this video, where it's been for almost 1.5 years. Anyway, I did this for about a week, but I made no progress at all, and I realised that this approach wouldn't work either. Then I gave up learning them for about a month until I explained this to one of my friends at school. He spent about 10 minutes teaching me these algorithms in a way that was different to any other approach that I'd seen before. He taught me the specific combinations of finger tricks and regrips that I would need to do these algorithms. Using this method, he taught me 2 of the 4 algorithms that had been bothering me for months. The next day, I used the same approach to learn the other 2 G-perms without his help. This is the method that I've been using to teach some of the more difficult PLL algorithms in this series, such as the Ga-perm and the Rb-perm. This approach helped me to learn the G-perms and quite a few of the OLL algorithms also. I find this way of learning algorithms works well for me, but others find it easier to memorize a string of letters and learn the finger tricks afterwards. If you're one of these people, I suggest you watch BrodytheCuber's video, or I will put all 4 of the algorithms in the video description. Good luck finding them. Welcome back if you skipped that part. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything important. Now, let me teach you the 2 ways of recognizing the G-perms. The first is by using the blocks and the headlamps. All of the G-perms have a block of 1 corner and 1 edge to recognize from. If you hold the headlamps on the left as you would in 2-look PLL, one of the algorithms has the block on the front, here. One of the algorithms has the block on the side but closer to the front. One of the algorithms has the block on the side but closer to the back. And the last one just has the block on the back. The second way of recognizing the G-perms, which I find easier, is by looking at the colours of the edges in relation to their centres. So one of the G-perms has both of the edges as opposite colours to their centres, because blue and green are opposite, and red and orange are opposite. One of them has only the left one as opposite, one of them has only the right one as opposite, and the other one has neither of them as opposite. So the first algorithm I'm going to teach you is the Ga-perm. This is the algorithm with the block on the front and neither of the edges as opposite. So the way we do this algorithm is by starting with a very big regrip, which brings your hand all the way to here, and then R2, U, and then we're going to do R prime and then a finger drag, another R prime, U prime, and then R, U prime, and then R2, then U prime and D at the same time, and then insert this pseudo F12 pair into the back, and then D prime. The second algorithm that I'm going to show is the Gc-perm. It's the algorithm with the edge on the right as opposite and has the block on the back. So this is the only algorithm where we would hold it so that the headlamps are on the right. Then from here we do R2, F2, R, U2, R, U2, a regrip, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime. The third algorithm I'm going to show is the Gd-perm, which is the one with the edge on the left as opposite and the block is on the side but closer to the front. So the way we do this algorithm is by starting with R, U, R prime, U prime, but with the U prime at the end we'll also do a D. So R, U, R prime, U prime, D, and then lots of R and U moves, R2, U prime, R, U prime, and then R prime, U, R prime, U, R2, and then a D prime push with your left hand. And the last algorithm that I'm going to show is the Gb-perm, which has both of the edges as opposite colour to their centres and has the block on the side but closer to the back. We do this algorithm exactly the same way as we do the Gd-perm, but all the normal moves are turned to prime moves and all the prime moves are turned to normal moves. So R prime, U prime, R, U, D prime, R2, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, R, U prime, R2, D. So we've reached the end of my full PLL series. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you can click the button over there, and I will see you next time. Bye.